All right,
Rob was making shit up. I'm sorry.
I didn't make. Hold on. I figure we should get in front of this with all the controversy lately in the BC. I brought both Harry and Elliot up here to squash their feud.
Oh, yes. It's got to be resolved. Yes.
Actually, Elliot, you're right. You're right. I agree with you about everything you say about Rob.
No, Harry. I agree with you about everything you say about Rob.
Okay.
So, are we going to
Does anyone agree with what I say about myself?
Hands across the continent.
Are we going to sing? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Harry?
Hey,
Good morning.
Hey, this is very important. Apparently, we have so Jim's trying to call me.
Oh, Jesus.
He's right there.
Sometimes I just set my phone down and it calls people.
Good morning, everyone.
Well, there you go.
Hands across the water.
Listen, VC.
Water!
See how easily we took care of this fight? Most people should learn from this.
Love your neighbor, people. Love your neighbor.
Nah, fuck them.
Hey,
is it 9 o'clock yet?
No, but I noticed without any fanfare whatsoever in any kind of introduction, email or an email, but no videos, is the new vinyl file titles have been announced.
That was so yesterday in my video.
Yeah, but I didn't stream yesterday.
Anything good?
Well, one I agree that music titles like this should probably be part of the.
They're both actually excellent titles for different audiences.
But one has been reissued a bunch.
What are they?
But this one's D'Angelo Brown Sugar. Did D'Angelo passed away this year?
This is the first time, I think, because that was mixed. It was recorded analog, mixed in a digital domain. So this is the first, I think, full analog release. It's a good neo soul album. It's double album.
Yeah.
The other album is excellent.
What was D'Angelo's main commercial success? The late 80s, early 90s?
No, 90s.
Here.
And then an album, in my estimation, I find regularly, and I think it's been reissued a bunch.
A few times, I think.
Okay, but okay, let's dig down to this.
Oh no!
There was a band box set that was done by Bob Clearmountain, all digital. There was the last reissue, all digital. The last time, as far as I remember, there's a 2012, which I have, Mobile Fidelity. 2012, it's out of print. 2012. How many years ago was 2012? 14 years
11.
ago. Okay, 14 years ago.
3.
So, and that probably goes, it's probably not totally expensive. It's probably a $60, $70 record now. I don't know. And so Vinyl File doing the first band album, they did the Southern Cross band album, Northern Lights Southern Cross band album, which is excellent. So this is an iconic, important album. I hope they do the second album. The Brown album is their best, in my opinion. But this is a great choice for them to do. It's just a record that should be in print, and why not make it an all analog version of it? We'll see if it's good. So,
well, if the first Big Pink is probably their best, or the Brown album, you could argue either one. What's their least best? I don't say
Islands, which
I think most people will say Islands.
Yeah, which is kind of a comp or kind of a
hodgepodge. What was their last album?
Islands.
Well, and then they did a couple of things after.
Well, then later they regrouped with Out Robbie. Yeah, that was like 8 years later or something, or 6 years later.
Yeah, they had
what was
Moondog
a really good version
of Atlantic City.
Moondog. Yeah, that was later, and that was just reissued a few months ago. Atlantic City, Moondog Matinee is I like it. It's a covers album of old.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, and Cahoots is great. I mean, they never made a bad album. Islands again is a hodgepodge. The Brown album is I think they're number one, but Big Pink is iconic. I mean, as I said in my video, that's the one that made Eric Clapton wonder what the fuck he's doing in music. You know,
Real quick, some a great viewer, Harry's Music Room. I met this dude. I used to wait tables when I first came to LA, and I said, "Hey, you're the saxophone player from Chicago." He goes, "Yeah," and he was very nice. And
Wasn't he
told-
trombone?
he was the saxophone player.
Okay.
I knew. I think he left the band 15 years within the last 15 years because he had health.
2005, I think he left.
He had health issues, but he told me that he remembered every show they ever played. That's what he said to me. So,
well, he was really the guy that put Chicago together.
it was all. I thought it was the 3 lead
horns. But it was his idea.
Yeah,
basically, to do a rock band with horns.
Very nice guy. That's my opinion of him. So, I
now,
think
did Blood, Sweat, and Tears? I always connected the two. They're very similar sound.
They had the same producer.
So was Blood, Sweat, and Tears in reaction to the success of Chicago?
No, they started actually
about the same time.
The first album, I think, was before Chicago.
Yeah, I think they were.
That was Al Cooper's the first. But also that same year, people always forget. Being the San Francisco guy, I promote. Sons of Champlin was a horn-based band out of San Francisco, a little more psychedelic, more jazzy because they had vibes, but they had horns and vibes, very more soulful than Chicago.
And Champlin went on to join Chicago later.
Like 10 years late, 15 years later.
And you know, if you're going to look at that, let's say there were
I'm going to punch you in the face next time I see you.
Promise.
There were tons of R&B and soul bands,
of course,
with horn sections that were doing the same thing. They were just kind of making it more easily appealable to
more rock based.
Mass audience.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears was more jazz.
Yeah, soul rock based, and also in was it 1969 or 70? There was a band Chase, and half of them died in a plane crash eventually, like after that first album or second album.
And then I think, if I could be wrong, but I think some of those people went on to form Survivor.
No.
Because some of the members of Survivor were in a plane crash.
No.
Different band.
You're an idiot. The guy from Survivor was in. The main songwriter of Survivor
or something like that.
He was in
Ides of March.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which had the great hit Vehicle,
baby.
Yep.
But he's written hit songs for a lot
of people.
Yeah, he wrote some of 38 Specials hits too.
Chase never had really.
He was kind of the guy that called in when a band needed something, needed a little something extra, and he would come in and get a couple of songs that would be more appealing, on the radio. A hit, if you will. I forget what his name is, but Ides of March were a good band out of the greater Chicago area, I believe.
Well, all those horn bands seem to come from Chicago, really. I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah.
My favorite movie-related Eye of the Tiger, obviously, was the song from Rocky 3, right? But the guy who, Scotty Brothers, that put out Survivor's Records, took that song and they produced a movie with Gary Busey called Eye of the Tiger.
Thank you for that.
Gary's done some great movies, but he's done some duds too.
Oh, paycheck movies.
Yeah. I was actually, there's a new tag out people need to be aware of called Tribute to Summer Vinyl Tag 2026. Jump on that, folks.
Hey, Eddie.
It's a fun one. 15 questions.
Why don't you send a link so people can check it out, Elliot?
If I just put mine out I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Man, you're horrible.
Is it time yet for the 2027?
I just did mine.
I already posted it like a month ago.
Last night, and Alex Beer and Vinyl, he did one. That's the one I saw. It kind of shows you that there's we think of the vinyl community as one, but really there's all kinds of little subsets of the vinyl community, because most of the people that have already done that tag, I knew a couple of them, but most of them, a majority of them, were new to me. So it's a good way to meet new people within the vinyl community.
Elliot, have you seen the OnlyFans vinyl community?
I'm banned from that. I can't view those.
Oh no. Hey, getting back, Elliot, have you ever heard the term geezer teaser?
No, but it sounds interesting.
Okay, so what a geezer teaser is I think Bruce Willis kind of started this.
Uh-huh.
So they're actors when they've kind of passed their prime. There are these companies that will make movies with them. So they'll come in and shoot a film like they're part of the film for maybe 2 or 3 days and get paid like $1 million. Actually, Nicolas Cage sort of does these.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's done a bunch. So anytime you see it kind of is based on the Liam Neeson doing Taken.
Right.
So producers would just go get these actors for name recognition.
Right. Yeah.
And Bruce Willis like abused it like crazy.
Well, you got to you got to pay the rent though.
I talked to a guy who was involved in one of them, and he said totally professional. He would come in, and literally for 24 hours, he would shoot all the stuff he needed to shoot, and very professional about it, very diligent, and worked hard to doing it. Mel Gibson's made some geezer teasers too.
I understand that concept for sure, but I remember what my link to what we were discussing is. We talked about the band and Robbie Robinson, and we talked about Gary Busey. One of the questions on the new summer tag is show summer blockbusters, show a soundtrack. So I showed soundtrack for Carney, Gary Busey.
That is not a blockbuster, dude.
No, it's not. But I mean, that was just the reason for the prompt.
It's an
Gary
intervention
Busey,
soundtrack. Isn't that intervention?
Robbie Robinson and Jodie Foster. And I remember seeing that movie in the theater in 1980 when it came out.
Didn't Robbie Robertson act in it?
Yes, he starred in it with Gary Busey and those three, Jodie Foster. Really, really good movie, a flawed movie, but but very few movies are perfect. But that was Robbie Robinson's theatrical debut, and someone may correct me, but I'm wondering if Martin Scorsese didn't direct that. Who was Robbie? Wasn't that who Robbie Robinson was buddies with?
Right.
Martin Scorsese.
I think this was a Scorsese movie.
He's done about 5 or 6 Scorsese soundtracks.
But you never see this movie, Carney, on streaming services.
Not a good movie. I've seen it. It's not a good movie.
I like it because it shows you the carnival life. That's what they were trying to capture. And they were really...
Family Reunion, summer blockbuster.
Okay.
Yeah. That kid on that cover, he said he's not going to play Trump's birthday. he backed out. He was supposed to play.
No, Harry, no politics.
Yeah. That kid didn't actually play the banjo. They had an actual banjo player behind him who reached around and
a reach around. Gee, crickets.
Did a reach around.
A good movie that nobody talks about is Big Fish.
That's a pretty good movie. Yeah,
that was a really good movie, and it had good music.
That's a Tim Burton movie. Yeah.
Hey,
Rob, you talked about
Loudon Wainwright in that
summer blockbuster.
Maybe. So you talked about you talked about those two vinyl file, which is the band and the Neo Soul record by D'Angelo, and also yesterday they started for sale. They kind of did a pre-announcement before, but that the one step of Let's Get It On, the DSS, was announced, and that's now for pre-order, the Marvin Gaye record. What else? There's something
Let's
else.
Get It On, or what's going on?
Chad announced
Let's Get It On, the sexy one, not the political one.
Yeah.
The
Sure Love the Ball. Remember that one?
No.
The Marley records. Chad announced the Marley.
Yeah, the Marley records are coming. You know what I haven't seen anyone talk about it, but I saw that Sun Records is putting out this summer finally on vinyl. I don't think it's ever been on vinyl unless there was a limited is the Chris Isaac one, Baja Sessions. That's a wonderful record. That's kind of the sort of semi-unplugged record. I love that record.
I
They
saw
did
Chris
some
Isaacs in
records for a record store day with him, though, didn't they?
They did it, yeah. They not of that record, but yeah, they've done records.
But you know, Harry, my buddy Brad Omnivore put out for Record Store Day Robbie Robertson's Martin Scorsese movie album.
Yeah.
So
what do you call them? Vinyl file. What's the label that you're talking
Vinyl
about?
File is Universal.
Okay, it's Universal.
On
What
record.
are they? What are they? What's suggested retail on those?
For the single discs, like the band, they're $40. And
Can't we get them
D'Angelo
down to
is
30? Can't we get them
D'Angelo's.
down to 30?
I'm sorry, what?
Can't we get them down to 30?
Well,
40
listen, hey, listen.
am I?
Hold on. We've told you this before, Elliot. You can't trade chickens for records.
And the double records are $55. The D'Angelo is 2
but
LP.
hey, they should. What makes that worth $40 as opposed to the normal $30?
It's a good question. I mean, you could say that about anything. What makes a one step
No, I'm
$100?
asking.
You know?
Elliot, it probably has to do with their costs.
Well, that has something to do with it, but we know,
We
know,
know-
Come on, Jim, that's being
We
logical.
know they can make a really good record and make a profit for it for selling a record.
you're right.
for
You're absolutely
$30.
right. You're absolutely right. But they won't do it in the same type of cover. They won't do the extra interviews with the liner notes and the extra insert. I'm not condoning it, but that's kind of what it does. And
No, I mean,
there's a
is that the
premium
other
label,
$10? Are we paying for extensive liner notes,
Yeah.
glossy
yeah,
photos,
you're paying for all that stuff.
Yeah.
things
They're
like
paying a writer which they wouldn't have paid just by.
Hey, hold on.
And also, how much did it cost them to get the rights to do it?
Hey,
They have the rights.
Elliot, and I know I'm treading on dangerous territory. There's a guy named Wyatt who's made a few videos. Maybe you should go watch them.
that. I think he's blocked me actually because I kept asking him about this AI aspect on a couple of his videos a few days ago, and he never responded.
Hold on.
And I've tried to do nice comments in his newer videos since he took those down,
Well,
and he responds to everybody else but
hold
me.
on. Can I congratulate Elliot Cruz, senior citizen? Probably the most well-mannered, nice, behaves himself
Oh,
for
shucks.
actually going out and doing some trolling. Congratulations, Elliot.
Total passive aggressive.
I wasn't trolling, but maybe, but I asked
You guys
some
are fucking
questions
with
and he
AI.
refuses to answer them. So does that mean he blocked me and he doesn't even see my questions or anybody sees them? Because I see them.
I'm gonna lean to the side where he just didn't think about responding to you. I don't think he blocked you, but I could be wrong.
AI.
Yeah, who knows?
Hey, look. There's so
Yeah.
many other dickheads, including
Yeah.
myself.
And what
He
about
should have
me?
blocked. Why would he block you?
Well, he doesn't know how to pronounce Asia.
You know, this is getting into weird territory. When Elliot Cruz corrects you on how to
On
pronounce
the
something,
pronunciation. And I still think he's using AI to do it. I think that may even not be him reading the script. It may be AI using his voice to read the script because he didn't pronounce Asia correctly repeatedly on a video a couple of days ago. And to be sure,
How does he say it?
I don't remember, but
he
it's
said,
nothing.
look again. I want this to be said. This is not an attacking thing on him.
No,
I'm not
but until he
attacking
gets
him.
up here,
I'm offering
he's up here with
constructive
us live.
criticism.
But but
until he's up here with us live, he's AI.
endless curiosity of Harry. I need to tell him. He said Aja.
Aja, that's what he said.
Yeah, AI.
So doesn't that sound like something AI would have done?
No,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you
Yeah.
this, Elliot. It sounds too much like Ajana for me.
Ah, ha, ha.
I thought he was going to be talking
I'm trying to
about
work
the
that in
Katie
for a week.
Lang record.
But you know, everything he
Ozuna.
says is his opinion. So far, he has nothing to really back it up that I saw.
No, and
It's AI.
but okay, but we're moving forward with it's a lesson learned. We've all had lessons we've learned through doing this.
Oh yeah.
So I have one record I'm looking forward to being reissued, and I hope it's this year, because if you look at the sequence they've done, Mobile Fidelity has done the first two Springsteen albums. I'm hoping we get Born to Run this year as a Mobile Fidelity.
What did you watch, Harry, University of Vinyl's last video?
Which
Where
one?
he's, like, where he's chasing Robert Ludwig.
Well, that's a weird ass AI picture.
I love it. I love it.
What don't use
but-
Did
AI?
Robert Ludwig
but-
steal a record from that?
Don't
stupid-
use AI. AI.
Well, hold on, Harry. I believe he picked a Springsteen record that Robert Ludwig mastered. I don't know if you knew that Robert Ludwig mastered one of the Springsteen. So
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw that.
Speaking of, with Harry here,
It was a
let me
reissue.
acknowledge Harry in his collection. I picked up these three from him recently. This is the Brothers Comatose. Two of them were sealed. This is Golden Grass.
That's a
It's a
cool
bluegrass band
vinyl.
out of the San Francisco Bay Area, I believe. Isn't that
are you
right, Harry?
pronouncing that correctly, Elliot?
Probably not. This is self-titled, and now the only one that wasn't sealed. Well, I got to go back, and this is Turning Up the Ground. Really good bluegrass. It's kind of it's California laid back bluegrass. I would say for the most part.
What era is that from?
Oh, they're
That's
recent.
new.
They're current.
Okay.
Current band.
Yeah,
And
that was
This is
timely,
the one that
everybody.
wasn't sealed, and it wasn't sealed because the band members signed it. So, really nice. Harry gave me a nice deal on these, and I'm
Show
really
the record.
do what?
Show the record, because that's pretty cool looking vinyl.
Okay.
Go slower, please.
Let me take
Don't
it
take
out.
it out of the sleeve. Oh yeah.
What label is that?
I think it's their own label, actually.
Because if anyone doesn't know, like that, what's that band? They're from San Diego, in LA. The
Swamp Jam. Swamp Jam is the name of the label.
Well, of course it is.
Yes.
Maz, you remember the Rowan brothers?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Peter Rowan, obviously the older brother, but the Rowan brothers
Right.
were the two younger brothers,
Right.
and they got a massive deal, and heavily promoted for Columbia. I have that record still, and I went to see them. They opened up for Hot Tuna,
Right.
and they were kind of a bomb. It bombed on Columbia, but it's a pretty good album. But they played around a lot after that. They played more of the clubs, but Winterland was a great gig for them. I have pictures.
Those two brothers tried to pick up on my girlfriend.
But they were good looking, like,
And
young-
me and her wound up with a bag of
I tell you,
Maui.
if I was your girlfriend, I don't know what your girlfriend was like, obviously, but if I met the Rowan brothers,
she was
I would
sweet.
definitely go for the Rowan brothers.
Over me.
Hey,
Both of them.
Jim,
Hey,
man,
was your
she-
girlfriend-
she-
Let me
sweet.
just say,
sweet.
she brought back a bag of Maui Wowie.
Yeah.
So we had never experienced that before.
Well, the brother, Peter Rowan is a great kind of country bluegrass yodeler, and he was in C-Train for a while too.
Peter Rowan's still out there performing too and doing very
he
well.
was in. Wasn't
Hey,
he?
Jim?
Wasn't he in Earth Opera? Also?
Was your girlfriend so
yes,
heavy
he was.
that it
Her
took two
father.
brothers to pick her up?
No.
The other brothers kept the
She would have
the
wore
band
out
going
the
after
brothers.
Peter left.
That's right.
Peter did an internship with Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys, and I'm not condoning this, but if I'm not mistaken, Peter dosed the band with acid for a show one day. Not Bill. And Bill would have been really upset, but the rest, the Bluegrass Boys were on acid for one of their shows once. Unbeknownst to them, Peter Rowan dosed the rest of them, I believe.
What a horrible thing to do, really.
Which would have been.
How many times have you done that, Jim, though?
To other people?
Yes.
Accidentally, maybe once. I would never do that to anyone. It's too hard.
Yeah, that would be the Grateful Dead.
They used to do it all the time.
Grateful Dead notoriously did it to the Allman Brothers at.
Oh yeah. I think I have that somewhere. So what about the Grateful Dead on?
Okay, Rob, honest answer to this question. You're in your 20s. You're
Hold on, I need to put on my thinking helmet.
and you're a woman and you're dating Jim.
No, wait a minute. Stop.
And you run into these two.
First of all, you're not in your 20s. You're 17. Okay. You're 17.
Hey, do I have another choice of what I'm supposed to put my mind at?
I've never seen that particular album, Mazzy.
This is the big one. This is the one. Someone put it in the comments. Jerry Garcia compared them to the Beatles.
Okay, you compare those assholes to this cute boy.
Let's see.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, but this guy was 3 foot.
They probably got like 8 inches on you, though.
No, this cute boy. And that was the time that we were up there, too. That was
okay. Jim, I have a.
And guess who's torn out of that picture?
I have a bigger question.
I didn't do it. Number 2 cut number 1 out.
Yeah.
Did you marry her, Jim?
I did.
1972.
I did.
Okay, trivia question for Mazzy.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
First rock band signed to Columbia Records.
Isn't the answer always Bill Haley in the comments?
It's not Big Brother. It's
Northwest band.
Oh, Parvin Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's the first rock band signed by Warner Brothers?
Not the Grateful
Frank
Dead.
Zappa.
Yes, it was.
Was it the Grateful Dead?
The only other rock artist they had was Trini Lopez.
Who was the first rock band signed to A&M?
God, I'd have to sit and I could figure this out, but I can't think of
The Carpenters.
C Train.
No, C Train was.
I don't know. I just threw it out there.
C Train was 68. The first C Train album. I'm trying to think if they had anything before that.
You're just jealous because you don't know the answer.
Well, the Grateful Dead doesn't seem right to me. I mean, it could be, but
Smith, Joe Smith or something, president of Warner Brothers at the time.
Yeah.
The only quote rock act they had was Trini Lopez, and they
could be Joe Cocker.
They came back with the Dead, and it turned out to be a disaster.
The Joe Cocker album was after C Train, actually, the first Joe Cocker record.
Trini Lopez was rock music.
Well, that's the closest thing they had to. He did have an AM hit, I think.
He had "If I Had a Hammer." Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, no.
Oh, well, okay, wait. Warner Brothers had
Peter, Paul, and Mary had to be hit with "If I Had a Hammer."
Warner Brothers had Peter, Paul, and Mary, not rock, but they had the Association before the Grateful Dead. So,
according to Joe Smith, the only thing they had was Trini Lopez. So he's like, "Get me some."
Along Comes Mary.
Hold on. It's really funny to me that Jim has made up a name that defend like he heard it from Joe.
But Along Comes Mary was on a different label before Warner Brothers.
There's a documentary about about Warner Brothers signing the Grateful Dead.
I mean, it was a big deal, but
hey, does anyone remember that famous scene where Trini Lopez lit his guitar on fire?
You know, that's how
sad Warner Brothers was. That's all they had.
Well,
all they had.
Yeah.
They had the GTOs at the same time.
Not at the same time.
Well, who were all these bands?
Right after the Dead. I mean Zappa.
Well, Zappa signed the GTOs. He was on his label.
Who did Hang On Sloopy?
The McCoys. The real McCoys.
Now, you know the story of that record,
Rick
right?
Derringer.
There's a.
Who were the McCoys with record label?
They were with Bang. Burt
Burns label.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Hang On Sloopy. 6 weeks before Hang On Sloopy came out, another band came out with a song called My Girl Sloopy. That's true.
And then there was Snoopy versus
No,
the Red
6
Baron
weeks
before
earlier.
that.
And when people went into the store to buy My Girl Sloopy, they wound up with Hang On Sloopy instead, because the My Girl
Hey,
Sloopy
hold on.
were in the river.
Hold on, Jim.
It's true.
And the connection to Jim is his first wife is named Sloopy.
No, watch Bang, the Burt Burns story. Watch Bang,
No,
the Burt Burns story. It is
I
so
think I
good.
started watching that on YouTube. I don't think I ever finished it.
you know what?
It is so good.
Hold on. People often say this is you on the stream with Mike Leland.
Hey, I have a topic. I don't know if you want to go in this direction. I have a question, not a topic.
Prompt.
Take over the stream like you usually do, Mazzy.
Okay. That's why I get the big numbers here. Okay. Now here's Carpenters. There we go. A&M. Exactly. So that was 70s. Now,
One of the best female vocalists
I
ever.
did read,
And drummer.
he's probably watching now, but you know, Hawaiian Guy's been consistent in putting.
We're not
music
calling
out.
him that anymore, Mazzy.
Well, he talks about. Well, I don't know his name. Wyatt. Okay.
Yes.
But people
Why are
don't
you
know about
talking
Wyatt.
about Wyatt? It's AI.
It's anyway. No, it's
Yeah.
he does very
Pretty
succinct.
much AI, Mazzy.
No,
Pretty
this is
much
not a
AI.
criticism. It's a question that a comment.
girl's
I watched.
name?
I didn't watch his last whole video, but there were some comments. I read the comments, and I think it was our friend Frank might have been the comment. He politely asked, because he's doing these things on pressings and high-end pressings and transparency and stuff. And the honest question to a YouTuber who is talking about music and records was, what gear do you have? Now, in the Hoffman forums, there used to be a rule. It wasn't really held high, and they don't really care anymore. But you, in your profile, put your gear you have. And it's not to shame people and compare people and say someone has high gear, low gear. It's when you're comparing something, reviewing something, to know the barometer where you're coming from.
Right.
You know, and
Good
I
idea.
think that's a fair thing. So someone asked Hawaiian Guy, what is your gear? And he said, basically, he doesn't share his gear because it's about the press, it's about the record.
He would be shamed. People would.
Well, he didn't say shame, though, in his.
Well, no. He was saying that people
you read
would
it?
comment and try to shame him about his equipment or
But
anybody's equipment.
I don't think that's. I just think
he was saying in general that there's a group of people that.
Yeah, of course, there's always
and-
going to be
and-
assholes.
and that's why he wouldn't say
There's
what
always
his
going to be.
That's
wankers.
what AI would say. That's a dumb.
But if you're
dumb,
coming out,
dumb response.
if you're doing the job or the work to make videos and showcase records, and you say this sounds
Hold
great,
on, guys.
shouldn't.
Actually, I just found out the Hawaiian Guy setup. Do you want to see it?
Breaking news.
Oh, here we go. We're joking.
Okay, this will be
good.
All right.
Okay, that's not funny. Okay,
I think that's. Hold
Well,
on. That's
no, but-
hysterically funny.
but what? No, what is your take
You're
on this?
amusing yourself like I am using.
Have you been eating gummies, Wax?
Elliot and Jim and Harry, what's your take on this? Like, Elliot, you'll talk about your dual turntables and things you like to get in. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you're talking about music, isn't it? I mean, some people will do room tours eventually.
If you're going to do a critical analysis of the sound quality of a record, audio file or otherwise, you should tell people what you're listening to it at.
That's how I feel. Now, just to kind of remind them, and I bring it up occasionally when I'm talking about 2 records I'm playing here, and I always say, hey, my room is loud, there's a lot of echo in it, so take that into consideration.
I bring it up all the time, and then Patrick comes over and says it sounds like shit, and he fucks around and makes it sound better.
There you go.
Melinda
When
has a great
I did a review of the latest remastered Kevin Gray remastered Tony Rice
It's
a
great.
week or so ago, and I made the point when I spoke about how the record sounded. I made the point. I said my room is not a conditioned room, a sound conditioned room,
Right.
and I'm just basing this on sitting about 8 foot away with a speaker to my left and my right. Here's what I heard. I wasn't trying to be a specialist in the audio quality of the record, but in my room, this is how it sounded. It sounded very well. I don't know that it sounded any better than the original pressing, which I also have. I did listen to the original pressing a day or two after I listened to the new remastered, and I may have been able to tell a little something different, but I'm not a person that wants to take one record.
And those Rounder records were excellent records. They're excellent. The originals were excellent sounding records too.
But my point is, I don't
agree with
present
poetry.
myself as a audiophile with this great hearing and this great equipment, just as a regular record collector. And here's how it sounded to me.
And I'm not trying to. This is nothing. The question came up because of that question to him. I'm not picking on him, and I don't mean to. So if you're thinking I am picking on you, I'm not. In general, whatever.
Wait. Where's the rule that says people in the vinyl community can't pick on each other?
Yeah,
because I don't know about you.
We pick on Elliot a lot.
Everybody,
everybody
picks on everybody. So if you're going to be a part of the vinyl community, you better be ready.
I don't do that.
Picked on. It's not mean spirited.
Have you watched that finger, Harry?
Well, let me say this, and I'm going to say this to the audience here. I have been picked on lately, rightly so, deservedly so, and very accurately by someone we all know, because I did a political thing because my thing was based on a comment he made on a Facebook thing. I do political stuff on Facebook sometimes, a lot actually, and he commented there a little bit something I didn't think was. I thought it was fake, in my opinion. Not even an opinion; it's fact. It's disproven. And so I compared it, and maybe it was wrong for me to do that. And I admit I did that. I sucked that part into it because he has brilliant things about music and his take on music and records, and that's fine. And I put it there, and I probably should have, but I did. And so mea culpa. But
okay,
weirdo.
Who are you talking about, Mazzy?
I always get nicknames like you.
He's talking about David. Gosh, just say it.
Well,
by the way, remember the other day? Okay, I got some interesting things. I listened to this finally. We talked about this acetone.
Well, yeah. This is Mazzy's part 8 about this record.
No, but the other day, remember, I was questioning the press release. I was questioning the essay by the mastering guy who worked on this versus the hype sticker. I think the hype sticker is not as accurate as it should be. I think it's a little.
You believe there's a digital step in that process?
There is, and it was confirmed to me. Because
by who?
By the label. I got the email this morning. I wrote a long thing. Craig I talked to Craig after your show the other day from Analog October, and we talked about different things. And I don't think they're trying to be disingenuous. Now, of course, once I say this, Hawaiian guy is going to do a whole dissertation on this. Because it does say here, remastered from original analog master tapes, but it does not, and it says it twice in the hype, but it does not say cut from original analog master tapes. And this is the first time they started with the first generation, the original tape, not the EQ one later.
So where did the digital step come into the process?
Well, I read that the other day. There was, when they were listening to it, auditioning, they do everything. Everybody, even the people who do all analog, they do a digital transfer so they can listen to it. Okay. Mm-hmm. They discovered that 2 of the tracks were the wrong speed. They were slow because at some point historically in the 70s, when they were transferred, one of the machines was running fast, so it comes out slow or something. So they discovered they had to fix these 2 tracks and a couple other little things. And so they went through a digital step. Now, I have no problem with this. This sounds actually really good. It sounds
simply use the digital technology to increase the speed to the proper level. God, that's no big deal.
My point is, it's no big deal. And
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. It's no big deal.
Right.
They use the original analog tapes, but somewhere along the line, given that most equipment is digital today, somewhere along the line, that you can utilize the modern digital equipment to help in offering the new release of an album in a better form, in a
Plain Jane.
Right,
In a different form, not
but
necessarily better.
especially
Different.
wait, especially
well,
since
correct an error or a mistake.
especially since the MoFi thing, and good or bad, we expect. Okay, I want to know if this is AAA. It's not AAA, and that's okay because
Why
I
don't
would
we just
not.
go back to that? AAA, ADA.
They should do a SPAR code exactly.
There should be one
And
done
because
that.
I have a feeling the way the universe is with record buyers on the forums and
Of course you
YouTube,
do, Roger.
someone is going to bring that up. That wait a second, I look at this hype sticker and I'm going to think it's all analog cut.
Well,
and it's
can I impart some common sense here?
No.
Yes. Here, again, my take on anything is if it sounds really good to me, I'm okay with it.
Me too.
And everything else was my original take on the MoFi nonsense.
Me too.
Was a marketing blunder.
Yes.
Me too.
So my take for this music on vinyl, which I believe in my impression on things, is they're well liked.
They are.
So come out the gate and have a guy come on Westman or someone like
We've
that.
invited him. I talked to Westman. We haven't heard back. I don't know if they're going to come on. My point is, this is the
get in front of this and tell
Rob,
everyone what it is.
This is the inaugural release of a premium quote audiophile line that they're putting out. Like everyone's doing their audiophile.
And
so if they're going to start at the gate, they better start at the gate correctly. With
when did Music on Vinyl come on the scene? When did they start putting out shit?
I don't know.
Every Music on Vinyl title I've ever had has been well made, well done. That's what I
either don't say anything or say cut from the original analog tape.
Right.
And when you see that as a consumer, you know there may be a digital step somewhere from beyond after they cut it from the original analog tape in the process of getting it prepared for for vinyl release. And if it says AAA, then you know that means not only is it cut from the
Why does it
original
even matter
analog tape,
anymore?
but there's
it matters to some.
nothing else.
Well, Harry,
It matters to some people, Harry. I don't really care, but it matters. But thing
Well,
is,
it matters how it sounds.
yes.
no,
yes.
hold on, Harry, you're 100% correct. But this was, if we learned anything from the MoFi gate, is I thought it was all agreed upon there would be a sparse code on a record. I thought that was agreed by people.
We need to start pitching that we want a thing. But you're right, Harry. What the fuck different?
But again, this is a marketing thing. It has nothing to do with the quality of the music.
I think the marketing department did the hype sticker, and the engineering department did
and
the
Harry.
inside.
I'm trying to there might be some other YouTubers that got this. I don't know yet. I've listened to it twice now. It's actually really good, and I'm surprised how much I like almost.
You
all
don't have an
albums.
original, right?
I don't have an original, so I can't compare it to anything. But on its own, it is 45, which I'm not a fan of, but it's over 2 LPs anyway. They changed the order. They talk about why they had to change the order of some of the tracks. You know, and since I'm not familiar with it like I would other albums as much, I don't really care about that. I mean, some people may be an issue, but it's not the first time. This label, Music on Vinyl, did a reissue of it a few years ago, and I don't think that was all analog either. But that wasn't even from this tape. Now this is the earlier tape, so it's one generation better either way, even the digital thing. So
I'm just saying, dude, marketing. Come out, be honest, move on.
Since this is their first out of the gate release, they should do it right. And I think I don't know, look at mobile. I always get the names confused, but Music on Vinyl is one of the few labels. They have printing, pressing, everything is in house. They're a one-stop shop. They could now, if they wanted to, go print out a sticker to put on top of this that says the SPAR code, or exactly what it is if they wanted to. I don't know if they've shipped these yet. So I think they should.
Don't you know that these labels, when this sort of stuff comes up, they're sitting there going, what? What are they talking about? What?
You know something?
Deal? Why are they making such a big deal out of
No,
this?
hey, wait,
Elliot, you want
You
to
put out a high quality vinyl
Elliot,
record.
Elliot, this is, I got to read you this last paragraph he wrote me this morning because this will respond to you. He wrote, because I mentioned mobile fidelity, we've learned in the last 4 years. The very end, he writes, we've been very much following the mobile fidelity controversy or controversy, and we want to be transparent about the origins of our releases. We are currently looking to include it on the website and simple pictograms to collectors to see the complete change in a simple way. We won't claim it being AAA if it isn't. That's great. But
So if you don't see AAA on the
no, but
height
even
sticker,
Rhino doesn't say AAA, or the labels don't say AAA. They say analog cut. So when I saw this hype
so it
sticker,
could have a digital step somewhere in there.
but
I
when I
prefer
saw this
double
hype
A
sticker,
batteries
when I
to
saw
AAA.
this hype
Those
sticker
are
on
those are
Hold
awful
on.
tiny.
Lucky, hold on, Lucky. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but understand this. When you're a company and you do have a marketing division that does this stuff, you need to make sure the first adapters are on board with what you're doing. So unless they have the vinyl community or whoever is a heavy vinyl buyer who pays attention to this stuff on board, it doesn't make its way down to the regular people.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying right here is most people don't listen to vinyl. They don't.
the music on vinyl, regular
Hold on,
releases.
Let me finish, man.
This is a premium line. That's why
No, I
should be
understand. And then that premium line is a segment that you need all these people on board. And correct me if I'm wrong, most people are just asking for some sort of transparency. We just went through some nonsense that didn't need to happen because I feel like the people who produce the product were being honest about what they're doing. But let's be clear here. The blueprint for Music on Vinyl to put out an audiophile line was already in place. And here's what my experience with companies. And this seems ridiculous in this day and age that they don't have a social media person or a person who goes out and reads the stuff and brings this into the meetings that they make decisions. But let's be clear. Have a sparse code. I thought we agreed upon this.
Yeah, and they
Well,
specifically
if they do, they're going back to the company, the executives or whatever, and they're going, "What? They're talking about what?"
He responded
What's
that
the
they
deal?
followed. He responded they follow the MoFi thing, so they're paying attention. These labels are paying attention.
Well,
So
here's a question for you guys. I don't normally buy used MoFi records or new ones. I'm not opposed to it. And there are probably one or two in my collection. But what has this done? The MoFi problem from 3 years ago? What has this done to the used prices on these MoFi releases? Or are they the same?
They're staying solid.
they're pretty solid.
Pretty
There are certain titles that MoFi put some stuff out that's not good. They put out a lot of
thing
stuff.
that's having the
excellent.
biggest
Yeah,
effect
but it being,
is the-
but what if for a well done release are people paying on the used market? Is it up from the?
Well, I
paying
think it's
a premium.
stabilized.
They are
What's-
certainly paying a
What
premium.
has disappeared, Elliot, is the flipper market for them. People were buying them to flip because all of them were going up in price, and now that's not happening. They're not really
They're
devaluing.
staying at the list price or maybe a little higher.
It depends
But
on the title.
Elliot, like anything else, it depends on the title.
Yeah.
It depends
Right.
on the title.
And how many they press.
So, in other words,
biggest
I'm not
thing-
going to be. In other words, I'm not going to be able to go out and scoop up a bunch of discount priced MoFi releases on the assumption that 5 years from now, 3 years, 2 years from now, that it's all going to be over with, and people are going to be buying them for.
Elliot, I don't even think that's a
That
way.
didn't affect their price at all, Elliot.
I don't think that's a way to approach selling vinyl or whatever.
I think that's a good thing that
Can we get Billiam up here?
I mean, I'm just asking this out of curiosity.
it's a good thing that flippers aren't being able to buy shit and reselling it for a lot. I like that. I think that's the most ridiculous thing. The speculation market of records to me is bullshit. My
That's
opinion.
probably 30% of every record store day sale.
Yeah, and I think it's bullshit.
No,
personally.
well, I'll say this, and my impression, at least from the last 4 years ish, Harry, is that might be 30% approach or 30% of the titles flippable. I don't think so.
You know,
Well, I think it's lower. I think it's less and less every.
I'd say 90 to
I'll
95%.
tell you what I think is flippable. I'm a guy who loves record store day, but I can't go this year, and I have money. So there are certain of the titles that you could probably put up on eBay or something within the first 24 hours and get money for them. But within 2 or 3 days after that, it's not really existent.
In fact, interesting you say this, Rob, I have a video called The Lazy Man's Guide to Record Store Day that is exactly about not being able to go or wanting to go on that morning, but picking up the records from Record Store Day that you like at a later time and getting good deals. I show several ways to do that. And there's only one record out of the half dozen, almost 10, 8 or 9 records that I wanted from Record Store Day. Only one record has gone up in price to the point where I'm not going to purchase it anytime soon. And that's the Billy Strings EP that sold for about $30 at Record Store Day. And they're selling for about $80 or more now, maybe 65 or 70. And so I won't buy that one, but everything else I wanted, I was able to get many of them at deep discounts.
Hey,
For instance,
hey,
this
everybody.
just-
Sorry, Elliot. I'll give me 1 second, Elliot.
Sure.
Hey, Billiam, are you upset that some Hawaiian dude took over your sunshine? Thank you.
Oh,
Go on, Elliot.
I was just going to say, this EP from Squirrel Nut Zippers, and you know I'm a big Squirrel Nut Zippers fan.
yeah.
$30, I think $28 is what the sticker said on this. $28 to $30 on Record Store Day. I got this for $12. And so you add the shipping and tax. So it was $18, I think, or a little less than $18 total. And this is a $28 to $30 Record Store Day release. This is typical, not
Hey,
unusual.
Elliot, was that from Record Store Day 30 years ago?
No, this was from this year's
Oh.
Record Store Day.
No,
It-
someone
it-
mentioned
it's just-
Espo.
now most people had it listed on Discogs and places like that for 28 or 22 or 18. This guy had it listed for 18, and I made an offer of 12, and he took it. If you take your time, you can pick up what you want at a good.
Well, I think
at a major discount.
as long as what you want is the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
They're
I like the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
they're fairly popular, in the
They had a moment. They had
in
a
the
big
grand
moment.
scheme of vinyl collecting. The general public, no. The people
they
that are
as
going to
good
buy
as Bucky
CDs or stream, probably not. But people that buy vinyl, they're fairly.
Listen, anyone out there in Texas, fuck the Squirrel Nut Zippers. I need some Bucky's Beaver Nuggets or Beaver Balls, whatever they are.
Someone mentioned Esposito talking about flippers. I'm not against flippers, but I just think for most people to go buy up stuff and keep an inventory, you're going to make money on a couple of titles. You're going to break even or lose on other titles. It's kind of a wasted thing. But his point is right that there are people who don't live near record stores, who have no friends in the music, that have no life, and they go online and they want to buy the record.
I'm sorry. Hey, 80% of the chat. I'm sorry, Mazzy just insulted you.
Yes, he insulted everybody.
That's what I'm here for.
One
Rob
of the
taught
things
me
I
all
do.
this stuff.
One of the things I do to sell when I'm selling for record shows is there's a lot of demand for certain types of records that are difficult to find on vinyl as used records, and I'll watch the discounts And when a label offers deep discounts, or a distributor or seller offers deep discounts, I'll go in and buy some of them. And, say a $28, $32 record discounted 50% or 40%. I'll go on and I'll buy some copies, and so that I can have them at the record shows for sale, and I'll mark them up to a little bit below what the non-discounted price would be, and make somebody a deal.
Oh,
It's not so much.
By the way, I'm doing an auction on Saturday.
Okay.
I don't believe I'm flipping any records. People get everything at pretty good prices.
Well,
But, yeah.
let me say this, Rob.
Selling
It's
records, you're
not
flipping
so
records.
much that
And
I'm
there's
going
many
to
more
make a
questions.
bunch of money on these records. It's that I'll have some records that people want, and I may even make $2 on the record or $4 on the record, but they'll go through my records for sale, my used records, and they'll buy some other records from me, and that will generate some interest at my table.
Like these are stuff I have to clean these, but these will be in the auction.
So you're a flipper then,
Well, here's what a flipper is.
isn't it?
And you can correct me. Here's what a flipper is. A record comes out new that's desirable. You go get a bunch of copies and then put them up somewhere for astronomical
An
price.
inflated price.
That's
Right.
not what I do.
Well, like right now, they're doing Olivia Rodrigo.
And that's not what I do.
I
as
didn't go
well.
out. Hold on. From what I understand, there were some 7-inch Olivia Rodrigos that you could only get at the listening parties. I wasn't there to buy them. I'm not.
Well, I was
What
with
do you
Jimbo there.
tell people that resell used records?
A record
Record dealers.
The used record seller.
Record dealer. No, not record
Hey,
dealer.
hey, Jim, what do you call people that pay a lot of money for records, end up not liking them, and taking them back to a record store and getting pennies on their dollar? What do you call those guys?
A guy like me, I've been buying high and selling low for 50 years, man. It works for
Okay,
me.
this is stuff. I'm going to do a preview video later today. I don't want to combine, but here's the deal, and I say this all the time. Come to my auction. Most people come to watch and enjoy themselves. They do not come to buy. So explain that to me, everyone. Like
People,
80 to 100. Hold on, 80 to 100 people watching, 25-ish people participating.
large portion.
Rob, we've been
Not
here
wearing
almost
pants.
an hour now.
A lot of them are not wearing pants.
We've been here almost an hour now.
It's
and
much
no one-
better than reruns of Saved by the Bell. That's the reason.
We've been here almost an hour now, and no one has wished Sir Paul McCartney a happy 84th birthday.
Actually, they did.
And we'd
At the
like to
very
wish you
beginning
all the
of the
very
comments,
best.
people
It's
said it.
Polly's birthday. It's Polly's birthday.
When I get older, losing my voice many years from now.
Is
20
Ringo a
years
little
ago.
bit younger? Is Ringo a little bit younger than the other?
No, Ringo's the
older.
oldest.
Is that
Oh,
Kevin
Joe.
Klein on the cover?
Ringo and John were born in
What was that
1940.
record you just showed, Rob? What was that?
Ringo and
I
John
swear it
1940,
looks like Kevin
Paul
Klein.
42,
This is-
George 43.
Emil Richards, who I believe his fame was he was a session guy, a percussionist. And if you go on YouTube, he has a video where he used to have a collection of like instrument. In fact, on here,
Played with
he
Ravi
did a couple
Shankar.
records for Impulse, and on
Is that
here,
the soundtrack to A Fish Called Wanda?
Wow.
on here are all the instruments that are played on the album. So he had like a museum of kind of odd instruments. So right here, that's a good album. Both his albums. He has a live album on Impulse too. But I picked up records yesterday. These aren't, I'm not flipping these, but these are for me initially. I think this album, this John Patton album, came out as in '96. I could be wrong, but I like John Patton, a jazz organist. I might like him the best out of all the jazz organists, but there's stuff that people that do different stuff. So I found this. Found some Van Gelders in the Shrink. This is a great album, but Our Man in Paris, Dexter Gordon. This is a Van Gelder Black Bee. Nice. And then I found A Swinging Affair. This is is it a White Bee? Van Gelder White Bee. White Bees came, or Black Bees were like early 70s. White Bees were later 70s. I found an OG black jazz record, which is not easy to find. Doug Karn, not my favorite. His wife sings on this. She's like a white Yoko Ono jazz person. Okay. So one thing I can say, like, which is great about this stuff, is Patrick at least clued me in on the Couch album, the one you want to get, and I found another copy of it. This is the one with the F and the dead wax, and the record is VG-ish. It plays nice, but I found it in the shrink with the original hype sticker, with the song titles, the track listings, and the inner sleeve, or the printed inner sleeve, which I'd never see.
Wow.
So, but the F, it really is a great sounding. I found a copy. This was one of those shelved. I think it was a shelved Blue Note that came out in Japan in '76. This is a '77 copy. You can get this. Is on that 1977 Twofer reissue series they did. So Freddie Hubbard. Does anyone know this record here? Anybody?
No.
So here's an interesting thing. This is basically a soul record that was on Mainstream. This woman, this is really the only album she ever put out, Alice Clark. I forget how she was discovered, but she was part of some weird religious cult. Go read on the internet about it. And she recorded this album, an outstanding album. It really is really good. And never did another thing. So this is the reissue. We Want Sounds, the French
Is
reissue.
that AAA?
It's probably digital, but
So I think the lesson here, Rob, is that cults repress or depress creativity.
so here's the funny thing about Elliot, was I supposed to laugh? So
Yes.
if you find an original copy of this, it's a lot of money. Atomic had one on their wall. I don't know if it's still there for $1,000.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
I don't know if it really should be that price. But even this reissue that came out in 2019, it goes for over $50 or more. I found it cheap. But go stream this. It is really good. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Was she married to Dick Clark?
Yes, his fifth wife.
I thought.
In
And
fact-
I'm curious as to what cult she belonged to.
It was a religious group in New York. I don't know. Go read about it, Elliot.
Okay. All right. It'll be my homework for today.
It is. It really is an outstanding record. Someone should do a kind of tone poet-ish reissue of it.
And you say it's a soul
Jim,
record.
where'd you get the KEXP shirt?
When I was up in Seattle, I was with Mazzy at the time. We both got them.
At the KXP space. I don't know if they
I've
still have
never
it.
been there.
There's a vending machine with T-shirts in it.
Remember what was the record label that was in there?
Well, it used to be Light in the Attic. Now
Light in the Attic had a
now
little.
Sub Pop has a pop up.
Oh, they've got a little pop up in
They
there.
took over the pop up. So for now, at least. Yeah,
Light in the
that's
Attic,
not where
that
the
guy.
cafe is in the public space.
That might be one of the last really good radio stations
Yeah.
or
They're great.
in the United States.
I mean, they're the ones that whole Angine de Poitrine. The I don't even see it as math rock, but whatever.
It's total math.
Because of a video that they posted, the performance of them, that it all of a sudden gave them this life that went crazy, viral and stuff, and because of that.
I'm
Thank
telling
you,
you.
Bill K.
Both record or not both records.
Hey, 6-inch pianist. You should be telling everyone to go listen to this record, right? Do you own this?
Is he here?
I thought I saw him comment.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, an OG is wow. I recorded. It's not a secret. I recorded a video with him. A couple of us, 3 of us, did a video, and it wasn't my idea, but it was Beatles cover. I was a little confused because I did all soul covers. I thought since it's a 6-inch video concept that he'd want us to do soul records, which are a lot of soul artists, Motown, Stax, and others that cover the Beatles. And so I'm not sure when that's going. When is that record? When is that dropping, John? That video? It was fun.
Beatles songs were covered by every.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The first math rock song was by the Beatles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I have a little more?
And also Hendrix. What is it? What's the Hendrix song?
If 6 was 9.
If 6 was 9, right.
That's my favorite Hendrix song.
You could do a whole math rock video before math rock was math rock.
Hey, everyone go check out Chris Record Talk's new video where he goes to one of the best record stores you can do for shopping. It's called Walmart. Go check it out.
Tomorrow's going to be a zoo in Seattle because the World Cup plays again here tomorrow. You know,
at noon.
It's at noon, and America is playing. The USA.
Here's my World Cup rant. It's not a rant. Here in LA, we have those signs on the freeways that give you information about maybe traffic issues. Every day there's a World Cup game here in LA. It says, please don't drive on the freeways. That's what it says. Also,
wasn't there one that said accident ahead? Someone recognized Rob.
Well, actually, when Harry was in LA, a silver alert came on those signs.
They used to have problems with people hacking those signs and changing it and making funny things.
So the other one is, if you're on social media, the amount of people coming to the U.S., which is appreciative, to watch the events, and the amount of money they're spending to come here is so crazy.
Yeah.
But the international people coming, food TikToks, they're hysterical. They're all going to the chain of food places that they see on the internet.
Taco Bell.
Trying it out. My favorite is, great that games are in Texas. My favorite are the people that are actually going to barbecue places in Texas, which is typically outstanding. The food is so good, and watching them eat really good American style food. That's
a whole thing on YouTube.
Now, is it true
Instagram
that Boston is out of beer?
No. So the Scots are there watching their team, and it makes a good news story where they just drink a lot, and they emptied out the beer at the what's the Boston beer? The Samuel Adams place. They emptied it out. I
got some good news, some excellent good news here for Jim, potential good news for Jim and Harry. The Supreme Court just announced you can be a pot smoker and own and carry a gun in Texas now.
That's important.
All right. Well, hey, anyone else want to, maybe we'll do a stream. Just provide your out of left field comments, please.
It's talking about the World Cup. I believe the World Cup excitement has taken away somewhat, plus the fact that the Knicks won the NBA championship.
Oh no, it hasn't taken away. Let me
finish. The Knicks being in New York, and the media sources being concentrated in New York and LA, they've really gone overboard about the excitement. Maybe not overboard, but they're extremely enthusiastic with lots of stories about the Knicks. And of course, we're also getting the soccer stories. But meanwhile, the NHL Stanley Cup champion was won by the Carolina Hurricanes, the Raleigh hockey team. We won the Stanley Cup, and it's not gotten a lot of national.
Can I comment on that? You're right. You're absolutely right. It was completely dwarfed by these other sporting events. And I think it mostly has to do with the fact that fucking Carolina won the Stanley Cup. It's like an embarrassment. It's like a fucking embarrassment.
Here's where Jim is not.
Why is it an embarrassment?
With all respect.
Why?
With all due respect.
I'll tell you, Elliot, I know the exact reason. We hear this every time there's a a championship game in any of these sports leagues. You didn't hear it in the NBA because one of the teams is in the number
Was New
one
York.
media
Exactly.
network.
That was my point. Yeah.
The number one media. I'm sure the NHL shit their pants where they go Vegas and Carolina, because those aren't major net. I'll tell you that, as being a Washington D.C. sports fan, the Capitals, when they started, their fan base, same as the Redskins or the Commanders, their fan base went all the way down to Florida because they were this professional
only
team
team.
in that area.
They were the only
Nothing to
team.
do with naming something a Stanley Award, like Stanley.
Lord Stanley.
Well,
you know
well,
what,
now,
Mazzy,
let me
Shane
address
Delaney,
that
Mazzy.
a little bit,
Delaney.
please, because you're saying Carolina Hurricanes is not a major market.
No.
So let me say this. It's 3 of the top 50, including 2 of the top 25 media markets in the country, are in North Carolina. 3.
Okay, well, top 50.
No,
Well,
it's like
Elliot,
Elliot, let me explain it to you.
top 25.
Being in the top 50 is similar to owning a short sleeve suit. It doesn't matter how nice it is, and nobody gives a shit.
Elliot, here's a better example for you to understand. When the Big Ten decided to bring teams in, they went after teams in big media markets.
And it didn't work for them at all.
Well, they're getting the money. The team
only with cable, and cable's on the way out.
That's all the money is.
But
I'm
cable,
Elliot, hold on, let me finish. They're getting the money, but the teams that they brought in aren't seeing the benefit of playing better competition.
well, they're shitting there. Maryland and Rutgers are total failures.
Well,
Maryland left the ACC to go to the Big Ten because they were in the red. Their athletic department,
right. You're 100% correct.
But guess what?
What?
Now they've been in the Big Ten for 20 years. They're in the red.
It hasn't been 20 years.
Well, 15 years. They're in the red. It did not work.
But hold on.
Because what do?
Hold on. Let me
more than you've got.
Okay, Elliot. It's a little more complex than that. When they came in, there wasn't nil. You couldn't pay the players. Now they have to come up with nil money. You have to pay the players. But Maryland, historically, their basketball program is in the top part of the Big Ten since they've been in there.
When they were in the ACC, they were an elite basketball team. They're not an elite basketball team.
No, because they haven't had the nil money, and they haven't had like the coach. Hold on, the coach that was doing well there is a total prick and left in a fuss and went to Villanova. So they had to start over again. But they have Buzz Williams, who's an outstanding coach.
Yeah,
he'll turn that program around.
What sport are you guys talking about right now?
Basketball.
You know,
let's talk about what an ass Wemby is.
Don't do hockey.
Hey,
we're not talking about hockey.
I think the parade is about to start.
Let's give our flowers to the Carolina Hurricanes. They won the Stanley Cup.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elliot,
do they get a Stanley
Elliot,
toolkit?
Hockey jersey.
Do they get a Stanley toolkit?
My father's from Canada. You know what he said about the Stanley Cup this year? He said Lord Stanley would have kicked the shit out of this stadium.
Okay, I have an honest question.
Well, hey,
why
the
is
ratings,
My dad goes back to when there were 5 teams.
But
period.
Jim, the television ratings for this year's Stanley Cup are the highest they've ever been. So people all over the country were watching.
Yeah, but they were recording it on VCR and then playing it back.
Right.
Hey,
that's like saying the numbers for the Stanley Cup are the highest they've ever been is like saying my numbers are the highest they've ever been.
Well, let's look at this. Shit. Hold on. Let's look at this in a better way. Canada's having problems. So the network that was the carrying their version of like Monday Night Football is Hockey Night in America. They didn't have the money to pony up to pay the NHL to broadcast those games. They lost it. It's gone.
I got a question, and I don't have the answer to this, and you guys are more. You could probably figure this out. Speaking about Stanley, why was there ever a flat screwdriver and a Phillips? Why not just have one?
All right, Mazzy is the Jerry Seinfeld of the VC.
Seriously, Maz.
Let
what
me
is
ask
up with that?
Mazzy a question. What do you think of your of your San Francisco Giants being such racist?
Oh,
and
I thought that was
bigot?
horrible. I thought that was a dick move. I shouldn't say dick move, but
I think,
Yeah.
I think it's typical for
it's
that.
sport. It's the sports guys.
Those
They're
are
not
the
center.
same people that say you shouldn't take a knee.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know
think
what
that-
San
I think they
Francisco
were
did. What they do?
I think they were assholes. And is it Mike Krukow, used to be a former Giant, came out and just ripped them apart for that?
What did they do?
They basically put like anti-LGBT
Okay, well,
Bible
you gotta go
scripture
for
on their
that.
Well,
hats.
first of all, there was for Pride Month, there was a Giants hat they all wore that had a rainbow flag or something for
Okay.
Pride Month. And some of them put these other, like, no offense to Christian fundamentalists, but they put these kind of Jesus would, things like sort of anti-gay things on their hats underneath the
Scriptures.
flags. It basically they're editorializing. And
Well, only thing you need to say to those folks is read your Bible.
yeah. Oh, exactly. But of course,
I say
Okay.
go cash your fucking paycheck.
I
and
hate
shut
to
up.
get political here, and the only thing I'll say is that, like, JD
Mazzy
Van,
hates
no,
to be political, everyone.
no, but there's a certain group on the right that are now using that as a wedge, woke bullshit thing of San Francisco, California.
All right,
again.
Mazzy, calm down.
Well,
So
that
you're not so woke.
Credit.
Harry
listen.
asked me a question, and Harry, you're absolutely right. It's bullshit. They're assholes.
Good. Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of macho
I'll be right
fucks.
back.
There's a lot of macho fucks in sports anyway. So
Well, the fun, and now this is a little bit political. Forgive me, but the funniest thing politically out there right now is Ted Cruz criticizing this Democratic candidate for senator in Texas for his not being masculine enough for Texas. Ted Cruz, the man who
say it 3 times.
All right, guys.
insulted.
All right, calm down.
And when is masculine in Ted Cruz ever?
No one disagrees with you.
No, funny. I don't want to get into deep political talk, but it's funny that it's Ted Cruz saying
The
that.
Giants are terrible this year. They've had great years, but they're terrible this year.
And
So.
apparently there's a B. The dumb is DUMB. A lot of people don't know there's a B after that.
And hey guys, with our 3 top 50 media markets in North Carolina, we are pushing to get a Major League Baseball team in Raleigh. I want everybody in the vinyl community to get behind this push.
You know what? I would love a minor league team. I've had it with.
They have
minor league
minor league
baseball's-
teams in North Carolina.
At
Dude,
one time, we
did
had
you
more
ever see the
minor league
movie Bull
teams than any
Durham?
other state.
You should go to minor league. Those are so much fun.
We got the Durham Bulls. We got a bunch of minor league teams. There's a minor league team in Kinston. There's one in Zebulon.
I used to
most
see
famous-
one in Durham.
You'll see the San Jose Giants.
The most famous minor league team, the Durham Bulls, right?
Yeah, that's
I used
right.
to watch the San Jose Giants. They had a barbecue. They had a thing where you'd come in and there'd be a sandwich board and there'd be a name of an opposing player on the sandwich board. He was the beer batter. If that person struck out, beers were 2 for 1. So whenever that guy was at bat, all the dads were getting ready to head for the beer. It was fun, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
Where did Babe Ruth hit his first professional home run?
Durham.
A serpent of sea.
Wait, Mazzy, stop a
Dump
second.
it on us.
Hey,
He hit his
hold on.
first.
I'm
his
center
first
left. I'm
professional
center left.
home-
I'm
He
hold
center
on,
left.
hold on.
First, he hit his first professional home run in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Very nice.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a bunch of things, people. When Elliot says something like trivia, it's North Carolina somehow is the answer. Secondly, hold on. This stream, although I agree with most people on the screen with their feelings, I try to not make this stream political. So we're not here to dictate our feelings politically. But the number one goal of this stream is to call out stupidity. Okay? So if you're going to come here and be stupid, it'll be acknowledged. That's it. End of story.
Left or
Really
right
stupid.
stupidity. If you're for a stupid lefty or a stupid righty, you're going to be called out by Rob.
Well, we have regular stupidity here that we can call out in spades.
But most of your
Hey,
stupid,
you
right?
talking about people being critical, Rob? You know, whenever I come on and show records, what's the biggest criticism in the comments?
We've never heard what you're showing.
Okay, so
Or it's
can you make me big, because I'm going to try to make people feel better about what I show.
Hold on.
and be
Hold on.
succinct. And be
Hold on,
succinct.
everyone. Before you show this, I'm just going to take a poll, not with an actual poll. Have we, this one record, before each record you show, what do you think? Have we heard of this band before?
Of course we have.
All
Okay,
right.
let's see.
These are some records I picked up for my personal collection, not as a resale or anything like that.
Oh, I like that record.
All right, I love the cover. mean,
I don't think they did.
are.
Oh, is that the one with Beck all over? Beck wrote some of the songs, I think.
Okay,
Or is it the
so
one after that?
the Black Keys. Now, most people have heard of the Black
Well,
Keys.
when did that album come out?
About 3 years ago,
Okay.
Yeah.
give or take.
Okay.
Yes, heard of that one. And you know what?
90.
You know what's unique about that, Mazzy? That record right there? You know what's unique?
Digital.
Yeah, it was recorded digitally.
And it's an excellent sounding record.
Harvest Moon. This is a 2017, I believe,
Yep. That's
press.
Well, I don't think it originally came out on vinyl. It came out on
Right. It may be the first vinyl. I'm not
Chris
sure.
Bellman cut all of these.
And all these are near mint used records that I picked up. Harry, is Harry here? Oh,
Harry
man.
had to go number 2.
Now this is one of my favorite. This is my favorite Springsteen record.
Yeah, it's a good record.
This is a repress from I think 2017. I lost my OG of this when I had a major, not flooding, but I had a moisture incursion in my basement many years ago, and I lost most of my S's.
That sounds like a medical diagnosis.
Yeah,
though.
well, it was a mechanical diagnosis. It's seepage in from the block in the basement, you know. But anyway, I lost a bunch of records. I have a copy I got since then, but it's not in good condition. So I was so glad to get this near mint copy. Great songwriting on this. And nobody's ever heard of this artist.
No, I haven't. Who is it? What's her name?
Yeah, her name is Zelda
Susie Rotolo.
Fremont.
Isn't that,
And
is that
this is
Susie
her-
Rotolo?
This is her Bob Dylan record.
Yeah.
But this is a repress from
Did I get that name wrong? I forgot now.
2017. I already have this album, but it was I was able to get it at a really good price. I got these 4 from the same
I like
person.
the freewheeling Rob Siegel better.
So near mint. Bob
Mazzy.
Dylan.
What?
So now that should take care of my you never show anything anybody's ever heard of.
Are you preparing to
Oh.
show us shit we've never heard of right now?
I've already did earlier. I showed the
Okay.
Squirrel Nut Zippers, the Comatose Brothers, and so I think that covered the shit y'all have never heard of. But I'll also say, folks, the fact that you've never heard of it should be a plus, not a negative, because if you've already heard of it, you already know about it. We're showing records so you can learn more about more music.
Thank you, Elliot.
You're welcome.
And just so everyone knows, this is coming from the man that is surrounded by the 5th, 6th, and 7th media market in the country.
Yeah.
The 21st, the 22nd or 3rd, and the 40.
Yeah, but
46.
here's the deal, Elliot. I think if you're a buyer of advertising or in media, you group all those Carolina things together.
Well, you realize there's North Carolina is the 9th largest state in population in the nation. You're
Yes.
talking about 11.7 million people within the state of North Carolina.
Yes.
And
And
you
they
throw,
and every year they lose half of that to hurricanes.
yeah. Well, we actually more people move down. We don't. Well, there's not much room left because everybody's moving here.
Well, I'll tell you from my feeling, as someone who grew up in the DC area, when you used to go away for the summer, you went to like Ocean City, Maryland, or the Eastern Shore. A lot of those people have kind of moved down towards Carolina.
Yeah. From DC, you can go to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It's not a long drive at all, and a lot of people
they usually go to the beach down there.
Yeah.
Nag's Head was like the first place people went to, I think.
Right. And but we have lots of Northeasterners. My brother, he's retired now, but he was a building contractor. He built places on the beach, homes. And remember when we hit that awful period, 2008, when nobody had any money, you couldn't get a loan, the housing loan crisis, and a lot of contractors went out of business. He's down in on the coast of North Carolina. He kept building homes through that crisis because he had a lot of firefighters and police officers. You can retire with 20 years in up in New York and New Jersey there, and they sold their homes in New Jersey and New York, and they had him build them a home at one of the golf course.
Hey, Elliot, can you put out a link to your brother-in-law's business so people can?
No, it's my brother, not my brother-in-law. He's retired now.
Hey,
What's your brother-in-law?
Harry,
I don't have a brother-in-law.
Yes.
I got a sister-in-law.
Harry, do you feel 5 pounds lighter right now?
No, I had to go get Rosie. She was outside barking at somebody, and she wouldn't come in.
Did they deserve to be barked at?
Oh yeah.
You let her
Now,
bark at him.
Harry, in relation to this stream, was she barking at a person because of their political beliefs?
Was he barking to the guy across the street from you, Harry?
No.
The guy with the flag or the sign?
No, he's up the street. Fuck him. He's still
All
got
right,
it.
Azzy,
Hey, Harry, you missed me showing this record.
Oh, that's pretty good, I think. I've heard of that.
Yeah, these are the obscure. I showed the obscure records everybody complains I show about.
It took a long time for me to get into that album.
Immediately when I heard it, it was like I was sold. I love it. I can remember being in my apartment in Boone when I was going to school at Appalachian State, and I picked that up when it came out. Lights were out. I laid on the couch, turned that record on the turntable, and it just washed over me. I just such a great album.
And Elliot didn't bathe for 3 weeks after that, right?
Had to keep it all in. Yeah.
Wow. Usually we come to a dead stop much earlier in the show than this.
Well, we're gonna get us a major league team. That's the big thing.
Well, I think as far as baseball, they're gonna award 2 teams, aren't they?
That's right. Supposedly one in the West and one in the East.
Okay.
Our biggest competition is Nashville, I believe.
Okay, I think Vegas is probably going to get the West team.
They're going to get a basketball team too.
Yep.
Now, are the Raiders still in Vegas football?
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. And
Nobody knows.
Actually, I'm wrong about this. How am I wrong?
A's are.
I'm wrong. I'm going to correct myself. I'm the person to correct. The Raiders Vegas already has a baseball team. It's the Athletics.
Did you see what the Cubs did when the A's were playing? Is it the Cubs or one of the teams? They put on the sign, I don't know. It wasn't the Cubs, but it was whoever it was versus the team formerly known as Oakland A's or something like that.
Hey, the Bears are moving to Indiana, aren't they?
Who are the Bears?
Well, I haven't decided yet.
The Bears.
Bears football.
Oh, the Bears. I don't. I'm
Well,
ignorant.
I mean, it's wherever somebody's willing, the government, local government's willing to foot the bill for a big stadium as those stadiums age out, you know. So,
Well,
I mean,
you know-
even if they're in Indiana, wouldn't that be a suburb of Chicago? Isn't
All
that
right,
greater
we're going
Chicago?
back
Let's
to the
go.
Elliott Cruz education machine. It's part of the Chicago media market.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
here.
So, because don't the Giants play in New Jersey? Football?
It used to be Meadowlands. Were they still play
No,
Meadowlands?
it's still the Meadowlands. Both the Jets and the Giants play there. The name of the stadium's not the Meadowlands, but that's the
But
area.
It used to be, yeah.
And it literally is right outside New York
Right.
City, right? Literally across the whatever you call it.
But one of the keys for getting a expansion team or getting a team to move to a different city
Nothing to
is,
say.
do you have a millionaire or a group of millionaires and the local
I'm going to
government?
correct you, Elliot. Billionaires.
Billionaires, yeah.
Yeah,
Billionaires.
they're
Right.
looking right now to see who's going to buy the Seahawks, and it doesn't look good.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're talking. Who's the guy from? Is it Schultz from
Starbucks.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
Him and some other people. I don't know.
Well, he's in Florida now, so
The criteria would be not to move them because
they're not going to move him. I don't.
the
think.
talk is
Never say never, man.
Right, you're right. But Seattle is a big football town. It's become a big football town. I mean, they got
what
to.
happened to your basketball team, Mazzy?
They're
I
coming
don't
back.
know.
They'll be
Before
here
my
this
time.
year.
I don't know about Seattle. There's never been basketball in Seattle since I've lived here. So, I mean, the Warriors actually left Oakland. The California State Warriors moved to San Francisco when they built in the city Chase Center.
My stepdaughter's husband, his uncle is Lenny Wilkins.
I remember Lenny. Oh, the Supersonics were a really good franchise in the NBA for a long time.
Won a championship.
Yeah.
Lakers too.
But I think there's 5 Major League Baseball teams in California, aren't there? There's a bunch.
San Diego to LA, Anaheim. No, because hold on, Elliot. The Athletics are moving to Vegas.
So
they're not playing there
then?
yet. They're playing at a minor league park in Sacramento.
So are there 4 now instead of 5?
Yeah, he passed away last year.
4.5.
4.5. Okay. Because that was one of the cities competing, hoping to get them the West Coast or the west of the Mississippi Major League Baseball team if they expand. I think was Sacramento.
Sack of Tomatoes. They need a team.
All right, Dan B and Chuck T, go get a room. Maybe I need to insult the chat more.
I can't read what they're saying in real time. I have to look at
I'll
it
let
later.
You know when they're talking about you, Elliot.
Well, no, don't do that because ignorance is bliss. I'd rather not know.
I'm a little upset. I rarely get made fun of, except for by.
You rarely?
Except every time your phone rings out loud in the morning when Bob's here.
No,
Jim, you just don't realize that they're insulting the hell.
Are you a little upset or tiny upset?
We basically upset you when we were talking about the Rowan brothers and how your girlfriend was getting hit up by these 2 lads. And
yeah.
No. Well, the question, Jim, is did they succeed? It's not whether they.
No, they did not succeed, and we wound up with their weed. That was the best part of it.
Oh, Jim, that's a win-win for you.
Yeah, it was a win.
Marin County Rock.
It was at the Orleans house, actually. It was way over there.
In Berkeley.
Yep.
That's where the Hot Tuna record was recorded.
Hold on. I got a text this morning from someone on screen that said they had to leave here at 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Goodbye. 8:30. Shit, I'm late. Hey, everybody, have a nice weekend.
See you, Jim.
Actually, I was going to say I got to head out too. I got to go move some furniture.
Oh, that's not fun.
From where?
From one place to another.
Why is that funny? That is really funny.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Wait, is it your
I
furniture?
leave on a high note.
Is it your
No.
furniture?
Harry just stormed off the stream, everyone.
He did. Will he return? That's the
No,
question.
he stormed off in a huff.
Okay,
As far as I'm concerned, that was a huff.
we can talk about sports. We can talk about Rob's temper and his driving. We can talk about Paul McCartney's birthday.
Actually, I saw an interesting video podcast of Bernie Leadon being interviewed, and I thought that was pretty interesting. He was telling stories about, his days in Flying Burrito Brothers and in the Eagles, and why he left the Eagles. And he said it wasn't exactly. He said he went on Wikipedia a few years ago and saw how much they emphasized the fact that he poured a beer on Don Henley's head, and he thought, oh man, my entire career is, because of social media, my entire career is going to be boiled down to he poured a beer on Don Henley's head. All the things he accomplished and did in life. So he tried to correct the story a little bit, and it wasn't just that he poured a beer on his head. I mean, that was just kind of something that happened in an argument that they were having, or frustration that he was having. But Bernie Leadon was actually from, I think he lived in Minnesota or Michigan for a number of years growing up. And then he moved to California, San Diego area, I believe, and then to Florida, and then back to California. And when he was in Florida, he was playing with, I said Don Henley, he was playing with Don Felder in a band. Those two had a band together in Florida, and his younger brother and Tom Petty had a band together. And he said his band were playing in the high school dances. This was in the mid 60s, the high school dances, while Tom Petty and his little brother were playing the junior high dances. And when they moved up to play in the frat parties and the college parties, Tom Petty and his brother moved up to play in all the high school gigs. It was kind of neat the way that worked.
This reminds me of the final episode of, if anyone watched, what's it called? What's the surreal show of
hold on. I was holding the timer for when Elliot was talking.
How long did I go?
I don't know.
Someone mentioned about Paul McCartney's going down the starts. First of all, 90% of new records that come out after the first week dive. Not all of them. McCartney's was on number 1 on some of the Billboard charts, not the main top 200. I think it hit number 2 or 4. It was number 1 on the albums chart, but then there's different charts, not on the top 200 chart. It's gone down to number 4 or 5, so it's still in the top 5 in the second week. But it's gonna obviously Olivia Rodrigo is gonna hit number 1.
But to be on the charts, you don't these days. You're not.
It's a different world. It's a different world. But yes, all the variations and gets it number 1, and artists like McCartney are going to sell a lot to begin with, and it's going to slightly fade. But he had a solid release, whatever you want to say about it. And it's a good record. It's not a great record, but it's a really good record. Okay.
Well, he's an aging man who's.
Yes, I am number 2 vinyl
music.
free for all. I'm the top second. I'm the number 2 wanker in the vinyl community.
Hey, we don't talk about that dude here.
I like Richie.
Well,
you don't. I do.
Yeah, but I think I don't like him for real legitimate.
Well, you don't like people for the wrong reasons sometimes.
No, not him.
You're not very forgiving.
Not him.
Yes.
Or let's talk about people we do like.
Yes.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, but they were doing variations. We talked about the police variations, but the thing is, in the old days, as a Beetle collector, I would buy variations back then, but there weren't multiples, you know. Yeah.
I should have known we'd talk about the Beatles sometime in here.
What's it? Paul McCartney's birthday today, so come on.
How old officially is?
84.
84.
When I get older, losing my voice many years from now.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago.
Exactly. No, when I'm 84.
Oh, Rob, I did make a major purchase recently. I don't make major purchases too often.
You got that phone?
Yeah. Can you see that?
Is that you bought a new car?
What is it?
It's a 2012 Honda Odyssey, and it's a wheelchair.
So the doors open automatically.
It slides open and a ramp comes down, and I can bring Lisa's wheelchair up and put her in the front passenger seat in the wheelchair, strap it in, and we can now go places. We were was not able to transport her anywhere for several years.
That's a good thing.
Here's the deal. Elliot's dream of becoming John Travolta and Get Shorty has now come full circle.
I can't remember. I watched that movie, but I can't remember the relevance to it.
That's the car he drove, isn't it?
Did he?
He got the minivan with the sliding doors.
Yeah. Well, this has also got the ramp that comes down, and it's
nice.
Set up for a wheelchair. This is big. This you know what a brand new one now. This is 14 years old. Do you know what a brand new one runs now?
$55,000.
Oh my gosh! I wish I would have bought it. $100,000.
What?
Yes. You don't understand. You don't understand. They have to go in. They have to
reinforce the bottom.
Reinforce the bottom. They have to build the ramp, a hydraulic ramp. They strip out everything and redo it. It's not it costs, if you were to buy a new minivan, and they will only do it on a new one, and ship it to Indiana where they do this, you're talking $42,000 just to do that.
They don't have authorized people to do it. You have to go back to them to do it.
No, it's an authorized company that does it, not like Chrysler or Honda that does it.
Yeah.
But
all right, Mazzy's having a freak out. What's going on?
No, Roberto, remind me what record you bought. It said arrived warped. Roberto, you're in the Dominican Republic, right?
No.
Which record was
Puerto
it?
Rico.
Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, Puerto Rico. Which record was it? Remind me. Wow. I mean, they weren't warped when they went out, but what if I? Hey, wait, hold on a second. I don't remember what.
He doesn't have good luck with records.
Well,
I'm knocking on wood, but all these warp records and all these I very, very seldom have a warped get a warped record.
Yeah, me too. And I'm reviewing.
Never happens.
And I'm reviewing. I've had for a month now this record flattener they sent me, which is actually excellent. And I had to get Joey and Kimbo to give me records. Now, Joey gave me half his box of the plug nickel because they were all kind of warped, and it worked perfectly on them. Kimbo was more challenging. He gave me a lot of shit ass, heavily warped records. So those are more challenging, and I'm kind of working on those now.
I've got a Pentangle record that I really wanted.
Roberto, which record?
When I got it, it was warped. I just do not. I mean, I'm wondering if sometimes when I'm not saying the person that you're talking to now, but I'm wondering if sometimes when people talk about they got a warped record, are they examining that record and seeing just the slightest little imperfection and calling it warped?
Elliot, I think it's easy to tell when it's a manufacturing related warp to just a warp that was caused by
storage or heat.
Well, it's mailed to you. Honestly, I don't know how a record really gets warped in travel.
Let me ask. Let me just
Unless
ask.
it's left out in the sun somehow.
Are we talking is it Bashan, Roberto? It's Bashan, right? I just want to make sure. I'll refund you. I'll refund you.
This stream is meant for Mazzy's customer service.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I'll refund you for it. But is it Bashan? Oh, you don't have it yet. Oh no, the Roberto. Oh, that's a different. Wait, you're confusing me, Craig. Bashan, was it Bashan? Roberto, just confirm that, please.
Yes, Roberto. Hey, Roberto, whatever you do, don't email Mazzy. Do it here. All right. I'm here to help you with all your problems.
And is static caused by, so I guess it's certain climates that have a lot more problem with that, because I hardly ever have a problem with.
Well, in my understanding, if you live in a drier climate like here, dry air is static, right?
He says Jimmy Smith gatefold, but there's 2 Jimmy Smith records, so I want to make sure it's Bashan. So I did read it. Okay. It is. I know it's Jimmy Smith, Ivan. I know it. There's 2 Jimmy Smith I sold.
So speaking of hockey, Rob,
yes,
the hockey fans in Las Vegas have a lot more problem with static records than the Carolina Hurricanes fans here, because we have more humidity and less dry air. And do I have that right?
Listen, Elliot, you can look at me for your source of a lot of information. I'm not a scientist.
Do you have a lot of problem with static with your records?
Probably when it's winterish time. Hey everyone, I've changed the name. My name. This is the Mazzy Complaint Department. Just send me all your issues.
So I don't want to be accused of like Rhino not shipping on time and doing terrible packaging.
Your customer service department, Mazzy, was right on the spot. You're addressing the issue, and it will be resolved to the customer satisfaction.
Hey, if I was in my grandmother worked at the Bloomingdale's complaint department, and it was like when she's like, "Hey Mac, we're even lucky if we get a coffee break here." That's going to be my response to you.
Okay. Sorry about that. I played that record, so it wasn't warped when it left here. That's for sure. But let me know if I had known, I would have put it in the flattener.
Hey, listen, Roberto. Probably the best course of action is to just lay into Mazzy. Don't be polite.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Like Rob, we guarantee our shipping, and we try to get everything. It took a long time. Your record took longer than anyone else's.
Because they technically go through customs there.
Yeah, it took a week longer than everyone else.
You go to Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you have to fill out. It's their. I don't know. You have to fill out a customs form to send to Puerto Rico.
I don't even know because whatnot does
territory of the United States. That's ridiculous.
Listen, Elliot. I don't make the rules.
I know you don't. But I'm the only person here I can express frustration.
And they should also have 2 senators. Puerto Rico should be a state.
And they should not be getting warped records. There's something that's got to be resolved.
They get paper towels. They get a lot of paper towels.
I tell you this, even if I try, the way I debate about flattening a record that I'm going to sell is if I feel it plays awesomely and there's just a slight, it's not perfectly flat, I don't try and flatten it.
Yeah, don't mess with it.
Hey, hold on. I didn't register that number. Did you, Craig? Are you trying to steal all my customers?
There was a couple. I tell you, this one I'm trying. I put it in a second time. It's a Courtney Barnett record. It is like this, and I don't think it's going to work.
What? Okay, so here's something I've discovered. When did that record come out, Mazzy?
Only like I have maybe 8 years ago.
Oh, because I found
7, I don't know, 8.
I found some weird vinyl formulations that were not like recent ones.
No, this was like one of those. It's not playable at all. I
Hey,
just thought
hold on, Jim. I thought you had to leave early to go do something.
Who's going to go help Harry move that furniture?
I don't know. I'm afraid that Harry won't be able to come on again because his back went out on him.
It happens, man. It happens.
All right. I'm going to try and approach. Usually Roberto's comments drive me nuts. Rob, do you need to fill any customs?
You do not need
Puerto
to.
Rico. Someone is pulling your leg. When I sent you your last record, I had to fill out something through the shipping app I use. I had to fill out something. Yes. No one's pulling my leg because I had to fill it out.
I want to thank the viewer who just bought a T-shirt, a men's heavy.
What idiot did that?
I don't know if there's anyone here. It just an order went through.
It's because
I'm totally going to make the world is fucking political, Mitch.
You're internet famous, Mazzy. You're an internet celebrity. How's that feel?
I wouldn't call it that. In
Yes,
the vinyl,
you are. Everybody knows who Mazzy is.
In the vinyl community, yes. Did you order a mug you didn't get?
Guys, later today, I will do a preview video for the auction on Saturday. So come by. I'll do a live stream where I'll show a good portion of the records I'm.
Well, just a preliminary question, Rob. Is it mostly jazz?
No,
Rob.
In fact,
you have your pulse
yes.
on the vinyl community. What's happening? You don't know everything, but you have a lot. You follow the trends. Whether you don't really participate in the trends, but you know. What is the next album or albums that are going to be the controversy in the vinyl community and cause drama?
Quit saying it like that.
Of course, in the last few months, we've had Pet Sounds everyone talking about. We got Angine de Poitrine, which I'll do something on, and I'll figure out how to do it. We have Paul McCartney, everyone doing like 10 Paul McCartney. And even the one who like not dumps, he does the clickbait thing, and I like Michael Nolan. He's done more like 10 Paul McCartney videos.
I don't know because I'm not tied to records that draw that. By the way, Disco Devil Alex, that record was destroyed.
The Stones, yes.
Hold on, shush. I had an issue with someone that destroyed 3 of the records I picked up on my trip. I won't go into it, but it's disheartening. So, sorry.
Don't be disheartened.
I washed my shirt.
Razzie, here's what I can honestly tell you. My feeling with a lot of these records that draw the uber criticism and upsetness. Elliot, hold on, everyone. Elliot, do we need to get you
some bubble wrap, Elliot?
Elliot, do we need to get you some bubble wrap to soothe your nerves?
I'm putting the record back in
the Rolling Stones. Is that coming out in July? That'll be one, definitely.
Outer sleeve, Rob.
But rest assured, Alex, I do have lots of good stuff. But two of the albums were for me. That Bill Dixon, which is hard to find. I'm upset. I'm hugely upset by it. So
that's true. Yeah, I mean, I made 4 McCartney videos, but the new one today, I had to do something on his birthday, and it's nothing about the new record. So, and I think it's an area that hasn't really been covered a lot in the vinyl community. So,
I feel I don't make a big deal, but a lot of these, like this Beach Boys, people being upset by the Beach Boys thing,
it's ridiculous.
It's funny to me. It really is.
I think that was overblown, personally.
Here's the deal. Mostly Beach Boys records don't go for a lot of money, and they're not hard to find. Often you can find some in good condition.
But some of them are like some of the Capitol stuff. They're well worn, and
because they were a popular band and people played their records. But here's the deal: why you being upset by how a Beach Boys record was mastered? Where were you? Where are you when the Beach Boy records just sit there? No one buys them. you're silly. You're silly people with these outrages.
There hasn't been a lot, maybe in the younger young people, except for Kimbo. But Kimbo doesn't make videos anymore. But there hasn't been much Rodrigo reviews, and there's been a few.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Smile, it was originally intended as a record that didn't come out.
But they're Smiley, two different records, but they overlap.
Yeah. So
Sunflower is a rare record. I get.
Yeah, but where I'm a fan of the Beach Boys, and I think the problem with Brian Wilson was, in addition to all the mental and drug issues he had, he became a stereotype of himself. He was put on a pedestal of the stereotype of a rock musician. Crazy.
He's a genius. He's
$40 is a good
crazy genius.
$40 is a good price for Sunflower.
And he kind of became a buffoon, I think. So
Rodrigo, I was talking.
Are you talking about before or after the psychologist?
Yeah,
you know,
Olivia's going to be the number one album.
Elliot, that was part of it. He was weird before that. Yeah. But I'll tell you this: when I waited tables, I talked about this earlier. I waited on Brian Wilson, and it was, I think, the time was when he just gotten out of the care of that guy.
Yeah,
Paul
Giamatti. His wife took over dealing with him. They came into the restaurant I was working at. He was very kind of quiet, but seemed pleasant. His wife was more communicative.
Were they good tippers?
I don't remember, so I would have to say yes, they tipped well. But they tipped appropriately. I never got upset by, except once, Robert Zemeckis. That guy cannot, he had all the money in the world. Doesn't know how to tip.
Well, so what was your impression of Brian Wilson?
So he was funny. He goes, it was kind of a sit down, fancier hamburger kind of place. And Hamburger Hamlet is where I worked. If anyone who knew that place in LA.
Was it the one way out on Sunset?
No, I worked at one in Westwood.
Wasn't there one out on Sunset way out?
There used to be one there.
But nobody in the general audience cares.
No one cares.
Whoa.
So he sat down.
Nobody does.
Said, let me finish the fucking story, and then you can tell me you don't care. So he sat down and goes, I'll have a hamburger. And he got his hamburger. He ate it. And then he goes, I'll have another one. So he ate 2 hamburgers.
Well, more power to him.
I've waited on Tom Petty. That dude was drugged out of his mind. He was like kind of comatose. And this was kind of, I didn't know he had such a problem.
Rob, I wasn't saying nobody cares about this story. I'm interested. I'm saying nobody cares which location of the place.
I do, because I'm just curious.
Because you're from there.
I want to know.
The rest of us,
you hurt my feelings,
because I might have. There was a possibility. Rob may have served me at a hamburger helper.
I would have remembered your stupid ass. Hey, it's funny. I used to play a game because I could recognize people, even like the Z actors or stuff. So I used to play this game where I would start a rapport with the people, and then I'd come in and go, "Hey, I saw this great movie last night." They go, "Really? What was it?" And I would describe the plot of like a lame movie that they were in, and the look on their face to go, like, then they got it.
Yeah.
But then there was like people like I remember waiting on Wolfgang Peterson, the famous director, right?
Yeah.
And I remember reading. Yeah, but I remember reading like his passion project, like one. So I said to him, my favorite movie, and I told him the movie, and that dude left me the biggest tip in the world.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
well, you got to understand human nature if you're going to be a waiter or a waitress.
No, I was really good at it.
How come he didn't get a job at the Brown Derby?
Because it had closed 30 years before I came to LA. And I actually, when I was a kid, I went to the Brown Derby. You know what they were famous for? Which I believe a restaurant should really take this over.
After
your meal, this was in 78, 79.
Corned beef on hash.
No, at the end of your meal, they brought out a little plate with mini frozen Snickers bars.
Yeah.
The Brown Derby. And I loved them. And I was staying with my grandparents. We went back and my grandmother bought a bag of them and put them in the freezer. So here's my recommendation. Go get some mini Snickers bars, put them in the freezer. It'll make your day better. If you're having a bad day, that'll change it.
Hangry, isn't that the term?
Okay, so this is a music-related thing, Mazzy. Have you ever heard of the place in LA called the Apple Pan?
Yes.
So it's a famous
I've never been
burger
there. Never been
place. You go in, there are only stools around a counter. The original owners, they were going to close it. You know who came in and saved it? Famous music manager guy.
Clive Davis.
I'm surprised you're not naming this guy first.
Mo Austin.
Geffen.
Isaac, the guy who managed the Eagles.
Asimov. Yeah, it starts with an A. Who managed Neil Young?
Yeah. He came in, and him and his
Not
wife.
Isaac Asimov.
Him and his wife bought it, and it runs great today. They have great apple pie there, and their tuna melt.
Irving Azoff.
Yeah, Irving Azoff. You go in and get the tuna melt.
The Jewish mafia of Hollywood.
He also saved another famous deli in Beverly Hills. He saved that.
The Carnegie Deli failed. They opened in Beverly Hills for a couple of years, and
Well, I'll tell you something, Mazzy. The Carnegie Deli started opening up other locations, and the second one they opened,
Vegas,
I think maybe in Florida, but they opened one in DC. But I'll tell you, at any deli I went to, like the highest sandwiches, like a Carnegie Deli sandwich was like this.
I used to go to the original in New York, and that's
I've been to the original.
That's where Broadway Danny Rose is filmed. It's gone now. In New York, one's gone, but I think they sold the name, so their name lives on in some cage.
In the
Second Avenue Deli in New York.
The John Travolta movie,
Cats
with Tarantino movie, when he carries the mob guy's wife or girlfriend to the club and they dance to was it Rumble maybe or something? You know what I'm moving?
Yep.
Was that a real restaurant, or was that
No,
just
but I think someone opened up a restaurant similar to that after.
Okay.
All right. Well,
all right. We got through it. We made it through. We did it. I didn't believe I would finish after Harry.
Happy Paul McCartney's birthday. Happy Juneteenth. All the things. World Cup.
And if we leave now, we'll all be back home in time to watch Gunsmoke.
Elliot, go out and collect some records we never heard of and come back on the stream later, okay?
I'll do it.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.